what this is all about. So thanks go to Dean, and of course to Steve Diassi. And thanks from the Middlesex League sideline goes to Jonah Beckley, number 42 out of Melrose, who seems to like special teams.
Yeah. And actually, I believe this is Dean Iverson's last game. He's retiring after a long stint with the Woburn Tanners. I'm sure he wants to go out to Holy Cross to see Craig play.
Well, there's an inside joke that says "see you at Fitton Field," and a lot of people didn't know what that meant, and I'm sure there's a few folks in Woburn that still don't know what it means, but that is specifically designed to entertain a couple of individuals. What a beautiful facility at Holy Cross. Both baseball and football fields are outstanding. Adam Muzzerl at the controls for the MVC. Darren Shaw in motion. Here is Muzzerl on the run. Got a good block in the corner. And has Wagstaff at the 46-yard line. And maybe Jason Wagstaff could be the MVP offensively for the Merrimack Valley Conference. A couple of catches, over 100 yards now.
Joe Gordon, who slipped out of bounds, was able to reach back and grab the receiver's foot, being able to pull him down. Otherwise, he'd look like he could have picked up another 20 to 30 yards.
I just like the way Muzzerl runs things, Carl, as we talked about. Not the prototype quarterback, but a classic high school quarterback. Yeah. He's not big, he's not strong, but he just runs things well. He's a good leader, delivers the ball on time, understands the offense. Here's a throwback to Wagstaff. What a nice catch at the 39-yard line, excuse me, the 36-yard line.
You mentioned in Adam, I mean, he has such poise out there. You can just see the confidence in him. You know, a game full of all-stars, you know, he really is the leader out there. And you can see, you know, he's running everything, telling everyone what they're doing, and he's quite impressive. I think Assumption's got a good one there. He
just moves the team. You know, that's what a quarterback's supposed to do, move you up and down the field, get you in the end zone, don't make mistakes, and that's what he's all about. About a minute to play in the third, 15-6. Middlesex League on top. Pass incomplete. Darren Shaw, the intended receiver.
He was getting pressure from Matt Cohen on the backside there, forcing Adam to fire the ball probably a little quicker than he wanted to.
Always important to say good things about Matt Cohen. I know his dad, Rich, is watching.
Absolutely.
Second and 10, 35-yard line, 54 seconds to play in the third.
It's going to be 4-down territory for Merrimack Valley because I don't think they can afford to punt it away. Middlesex League will probably chew up most of the fourth quarter running the ball.
From the gun. Wagstaff there, touchdown MVC, and I tell you what, he may have just wrapped up the offensive MVP for this game, and Muzzerl just threw the ball right where he had to. The coverage wasn't all that bad, but the throw was perfect.
Yeah. You know, Wagstaff just outran the guy. I mean, you know, at 5'9", 160, just ran pretty much just a streak, and Adam was able to lay it right in there perfectly. I mean, both quarterbacks, well, actually all the quarterbacks here have been right on the money throwing the ball.
Just threw it out there and let his wide receiver run under it. Mounsey on for the PAT. He'll kick it from the far hash mark. Wagstaff to hold. And the kick is up and good. And if I remember correctly, is that the first PAT tonight?
1 out of 4, and those 2 missed extra points from the Middlesex League could loom very large because now a field goal actually would beat the Middlesex League, making it 16-15. But 2-point lead in Middlesex League with 48 seconds left to go in the third. A lot of football still to go.
There have been some outstanding contests in this matchup between the MVC and the Middlesex League. Last year's was not one of them, but 2 years ago right here, 14-13, one of the hardest hitting games I remember in a long time. It was a terrific football game.
I remember down the sidelines, I mean, I was just cringing some of the hits that people were laying out there.
I do remember one that Mike Boyd laid on, a wide receiver out of Haverhill, whose name escapes me. And I talked to Mike after. He said I felt bad because we're going to be teammates at Bentley in the following season. And I plugged the kids. Hey, that's just the way Mike was. A terrific kid who will be finishing up at Bentley this year. Has had himself a real good football career playing for the Falcons. Landers to kick it away. Line drive handled by one of the up men. Adam Jenkins, the big tight end, powers his way to the 48-yard line. What a nice catch. He went up and made a nice play.
6'4", 235. Typically, you tell the up guys, just duck, let it get back to the fast guys in the back. But Adam just was laying out people.
Hey, what? That was like grabbing a rebound right there. He went up and got it.
I think that's the end of the third quarter.
The way things are milling around down on the field, I believe that is correct. And besides the fact that the MVC is now standing on the other side of the football, that would give it away as well.
Well, I was looking at Tommy spin his
the bingo wheel, huh?
the bingo wheel there. So.
Still 40 seconds left on the clock, so this quarter will be 12 minutes and 40 seconds. 15-13, the Middlesex League on top. Scott Carole will put the stops to this as Tommy Souza and Danny Pardee right down in front of us, near sideline at about the 45-yard line. We'll do the 50-50 raffle, but you know what? The Middlesex League wants to run the play, so that's what Craig Iverson's going to do over the left side. Taken down by Kyle Miller, number 25.
Now, Tommy Souza should get a tremendous amount of credit in terms of, he really is running the show here up at, I see him with a wireless mic, and he's got the walkie-talkie talking to everyone, has everything scripted out to the very minute. And Danny Pardee's pulling out the winning ticket right now.
The holder of the winning ticket will receive $590.
Oh, $590 for the 50-50. That's a nice amount. Flag on the play as Iverson had the carry. Talk about Tom Souza a little bit, Carl. I know a lot of people in Reading in the Middlesex League probably know absolutely nothing about Tom, and I did not know anything about him until about 3 years ago. But this is one of the truly classy gentlemen in the game of high school football. He's just a great guy. He himself is a cancer survivor, and a nicer man you'll never find. He really takes this game to heart. He has a very big role, and it is very, very important to him that this game go off without a hitch, and we raise a lot of money for the Carroll Fund.
As much as Rocky gets, and deservedly so many accolades, Tommy just does just as much up in the Merrimack Valley, and he certainly is someone that we need in this game.
Folks, we need you as well, so please get on board. We'll give you a number to call later on as Adam Jenkins is open down the middle, taken down at the 24-yard line. Tackle made by that guy again, Ryan Carlson.
It's funny, Ryan Carlson's 5'9", 165 going to Wagner, and Jenkins is 6'4", 235, and Jenkins was really accelerating away from him to catch the ball, and Jenkins is showing athletic ability. I'd seen him on the basketball court, and obviously on the football field. I didn't realize he had this type of speed.
The great weapon never used in high school football is a tight end, and I tell you what makes Reading different from a lot of folks, Carl, is they've had some really good ones over the years as Iverson gets the carry. Don't make it irons on the keeper, fooled everybody, including the announcer. Kirk to the corner, and he's banged out of bounds by Carlson at about the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't even know if it was it was such a great fake. I'm not sure if it was just a missed handoff because everyone was reacting as though he had handed it off, and Irons kept it and hit the corner and got knocked down the 3-yard line. That's probably the best running play they've had all day.
I was distracted because I was seeing if I won the 50-50 raffle.
Well, see, now this is the most difficult time of the game because someone has won the 50-50 raffle, and it's $590, which is $10 below what you have to claim to the IRS.
How would you know that?
And now what you see is you're coming down to get the money, and you got a couple thousand people watching. Are you going to give the money back or not? So hopefully they will.
And the IRS does have a representative here this evening. Probably has a son playing in Andover. Iverson over the right side. Give him 6. Put it up on the board. Touchdown, Middlesex.
just really just a basic. It looked like a wishbone power four. Just that's a Woburn trademark there. Iverson being from Woburn, we're just going to smash it down your throat. And as Mike said, put it 6 on the board.
They went behind the unbalanced slide to the right side. Greg Marullo, probably the biggest guy in the football game at 6'3", 290. If he's not, then where are they hiding the other big fellas? Marullo and Brown on the right side, Cook and Papadinas on the left side, as Iverson attempts the PAT. Now we're on a roll, 2 in a row, one by Mounsey, one by Ivy. 22-13 with 10:25 to play. Carl, this game in a lot of ways reminds me of every holiday. You work so hard for it to get there, and you're looking for it. You're so anxious for it to arrive, and then it gets here, and it just flies by. A lot of people have put in a tremendous amount of work to make this game come true. As you said, the officials are giving their time. The people from the Parks and Recreation here in Lowell, of course, the coaches, the players have really made a huge commitment.
Yeah. Oh, it's tremendous. I mean, this game really starts the week before Thanksgiving when the all-league selections are made for both conferences, and Rocky and his wife Allison, who is really gets no accolades, sits in the background and is really the force behind getting everything out there, getting all the mailings out to the individuals who've been selected from the game, making sure everyone's on top of things. I mean, Allison certainly deserves a tremendous amount of credit.
There's the whole Nelson family, Carl, as we are throwing out the accolades, and we should. The whole Nelson family, Rocky, Allison, Courtney, Tiffany, all get involved in this game, and they are the driving force as Wagstaff gets plugged at about the 25-yard line. But it becomes a community. It becomes a family. I know it's very corny, it's very cliche, but it's everybody pulling for the same goal. And a lot of these young men and women will never meet. We'll never meet any of the Carole kids, but we know that they enjoy their time up in New Hampshire with Pat Egan. They enjoy their time at Disney World, and it gives Carl and I a tremendous amount of satisfaction to be a part of it. And again, folks, if you want to get on board, please do so. We'll give you a name and a number to call. We'll give you an address if you want to send a donation. And please get on board, because it will be a very worthwhile and fulfilling step if you take it. Shaw with the reception will have the first down. Good delivery from Chris Senek out of Lowell High School.
Just a quick follow up on that, Michael, is tonight's game king, as we're going to call him, is 13-year-old Danny Pardee. And I was able to be with him before the game out on the field, and he threw the coin as well as presented the plaques. I mean, this is a young man who's got more energy and spirit than most people I know. I mean, Danny, you can see him on the sidelines here. I mean, he is absolutely in heaven, and this is just a great night for Danny and his family. I talked quickly to his parents before the game, and they were just thrilled to death. Everything on videotape. This is a night he's going to remember all of his life.
Senek cuts it back inside, and that's where Nicholas Cease was waiting. Tackle made by number 67, John Hoosen, out of Winchester. It's funny, Carl, when you talk about different schools and you say, well, Reading has had some good tailbacks, and there have been some good quarterbacks coming out of Belmont. Why does Winchester always have good linemen and linebackers? It's just amazing. They usually have a group of linemen and linebackers that are as tough as anybody.
Winchester kids, I mean, Luke Killian out there tonight, I mean, he is, the kids are just so big and so strong.
Senek back down the middle. It's picked off, and it looks like Brian Skeffington on his way and taken down at the 23-yard line. Second pick of the night for Skeffington.
Brian Skeffington, he's a throwback, Mike. He was just sitting back there reading the quarterback's eyes, ignoring the receiver, seeing that, hey, this guy's going to come right into my zone. He just sat back there, waited for the ball to be delivered, picked it off, and it's a second interception tonight. That's certainly a record in the Carole Classic for 2 interceptions. A recipient of the Cliff Allen Award at halftime. I mean, Brian's having a tremendous night.
This has got to be such a thrill for him. As we mentioned before, he missed a lot of his senior season in football and basketball. Just to be able to get out and compete on the football field again, try and fill that void left from early in October. Middlesex League threatened to really put this one away as Sullivan scats his way down to the 18-yard line.
Middlesex League came out with an unbalanced line. This is going to be Middlesex League football right now. Just smash mouth going in around the 18-yard line, and I'd be very surprised to see the ball in the air.
Big right side of the offensive line as Maruo now will team up with Mike Reska. Rich Teves, number 50, is the center. Cook on the left side along with Brown. And now they go unbalanced to the far side. Kalianides to the near side is the wide receiver. Sullivan chased down from behind by Barry McDonald. How's that for speed for a linebacker? Chase down Sullivan. We know he can pick him up and put him down.
You know, it's funny because the Merrimack Valley is not shifting over. Typically, when you have an unbalanced line, you just shift your defense over so you matched up. But Merrimack Valley did not do it. I'm not sure if they didn't know, A, it wasn't an unbalanced line, or B, they're saying, well, we're just chase you down from behind. It looks like there was a late hit, a few pushing and shoving going on in the backfield there.
Personal foul against the MVC.
Another personal foul penalty. This one against the MVC moves the ball inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. First and goal with 7:49 to play. Middlesex up by 9 at 22-13.
Again, they're staying with the unbalanced line.
Reed with a quarterback keeper to the 5-yard line.
Tim Reed on the keep.
Mike, this is an important time of the game because this is when the running backs are on the sidelines begging their coach, hey, coach, give me the ball. Give me the ball. And I'm sure Sean McGuire's kids are saying, hey, coach, remember all the games I won for you this year? I'd like a touchdown here. Could you hand me the ball?
See, I'm not even sure Sean has a running back in the game, which may be his only saving grace.
Well, he may do a reverse for one of his wide receivers.
Tim Reed may say, hey, coach, you know, I'm a 6'2" quarterback. I can sneak it in from here. Wishbone formation. Here's Reed. He's going to go up top to the big fella, Adam Jenkins.
And
give him 6.
And much like I said, Sean McGuire rewarding a Burlington quarterback to a Burlington receiver. Adam Jenkins did a lot to get him down here. Absolutely deserved that.
The other thing I like there, Carl, is I do like the call, but I like the throw because Jenkins, we've talked all night about how he's a big fella, was being covered by Pelletier, and we've talked all night about how he's not. 5'6" going against 6'5", throw it up in the air. It's either incomplete or it's a touchdown.
You know, it's surprising because in high school, a lot of teams don't do that, especially to the tight end. They don't throw it up in the air and say, go get it.
Hey, we've been spoiled at Reading with some very good tight ends over the years. You get guys like a Mike Gillis and Brian Burbine, Matt Peabody. We've had some pretty good ones. As Iverson's kick is no good, pulled to the near side.
And the future looks well for Reading. You know, they got another big tight end, John Kazanovich, who's being recruited. You know, he's 6'4", 235. Let me correct that, 255. And he's being recruited heavily by the Harvard and the Dartmouth of the world. So Reading's future looks well there.
I know Kaz is watching this, so we'll plug him. That Kaz has the longest in terms of time to run 5 yards in the history of Reading football. It was Kaz on the 2-point conversion last year against Burlington, which put the Rockets over the top and gave them an opportunity to win the league title. John ran 5 yards, it seemed like, in an hour and a half because everyone knew if he didn't get in, the Rockets weren't going to win that football game. But he, what's the word I'm looking for, plodded his way into the end zone.
It was funny because when my wife and I were watching on TV, she goes, why is it in slow motion? I go, no, honey, that's actually him running.
Well, fortunately for John, he has his mom's looks, and unfortunately he has his dad's speed. So
absolutely.
Never hurts to kiss up to Lisa. Just inside his